Hi everybody, my name is Jeff Mack. I wanted to take just a few minutes and explain some details to you. I know if you're watching this video right now, somebody has sent this to you to kind of give you a 10 to 15 minute explanation of what's taking place with our opportunity. Now, I found this business 29 years ago. As I saw this company was starting to grow, I jumped in. Right around that time, the company was doing 40 million in sales, and over the next 24 months, they grew to 500 million. And I worked really hard in that time frame. And what's happened since that time frame, here we are as you roll the clock ahead to today, we're closing in on 20 million in commissions. And the only reason I tell you that is because I've got a perspective here. I've got an understanding of what it takes to get from point A to point B. And I also have an understanding of what's taking place right now. Okay, this is a time like we've never seen before. Currently, our company is doing $2.5 billion annually. Okay, and we're projected to hit $10 billion in breakneck speed. When you look at our infrastructure and you understand really what Nu Skin is about, you realize that the campus in Provo, Utah, and the other campus in China is the infrastructure of really a $10 to $20 billion operation. Yet we're doing $2.5 billion right now as we speak. I mean, that's really dramatic. And everything has changed in the last few months with the advent of online selling. You know, the internet has changed things. You go to the mall today and you see a lot of stores are closing. A lot of big name stores are closing. It's because the brick and mortar stores, they can't keep up. They can't compete with everything that's going online. Stuff can come to you less expensive online. It's more convenient. And the truth of the matter is, it's changed the way that business has changed. And so it's changed the way that the landscape of our industry has changed as well. And here's what's going on. Just a few short months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, in the North American market, we were bringing on about 2,000 new distributors a month. Well, in the month of March, just last month, this is the end of April, start of May, so about a month ago, we brought in 24,000. And I'm here to tell you right now, this is a runaway truck. People see the writing on the wall, and we are projected to go from 2.5 billion to 10 billion in short order. And when we get to 10 billion, we're going to 20. Now, a lot of you might say, well, how is that? Because you're hearing about the whitening toothpaste. Now, this has taken the internet by storm, and it's real simple. What I've seen happen, and my wife, she's great as she approaches people. She just says, hey, you know what? If you were walking down the road and you saw, $20 laying on the road, would you pick it up? And the answer is absolutely you would. Well, you know what? That age group, that 18 to mid-30s, that millennial crowd, those guys are walking down the streets of social media every day. My son's 18 years old. He was born with a cell phone in his hand, and they all communicate via text. They're on social media all the time. They're walking down the road to social media all the time. Why not make money? And so what we're seeing happen as people post before and after pictures of the results of this paste, and it's crazy what happens. I've seen some crazy results in 3 days. It took me a couple of weeks. I have very sensitive teeth. I can't use whiteners. Now, many of you that have tried to do that may share that same experience that I've shared. My teeth hurt. It makes it hard to utilize that. So I haven't been able to use whiteners. Well, I can use this. I'm just brushing my teeth. And with the ability to do that, they're white. Okay, whiter than they were. I've seen some good results with people. The point is, it works. People see the before and afters. They all want it, because who doesn't want whiter teeth? And so what happens is that wholesale to retail market, seriously, I'm seeing people in our organization just with one post make anywhere from $100 to $1,000. That's cash in their pocket, wholesale to retail, on one post. Okay, now that's just one mechanism to kind of get the ball rolling there. And if you've got experience with social media, you're wired to the internet, and you spend some time there, that's got to speak loudly to you. We've seen people come into the business, doesn't cost anything to get involved. They post, all of a sudden they've got people as they've set up their Venmo accounts, their PayPal accounts, their Facebook accounts, and money's transferred into their bank account, bam, just like that. And I can tell you of one story. My brother-in-law posted before he went to bed, woke up and had hundreds of dollars in his bank. And he was like, oh my gosh, that happened in my sleep? Guys, I'm here to tell you, wholesale to retail is bringing a lot of people running our direction. But I want you to also understand it's much larger than just the whitening paste. This is a universal product. Everybody wants it. And the next thing up, okay, if you were not to use this, if you say, hey, I want to whiten my teeth, if you don't use this, what are you going to use? Well, Crest has 60% of the home whitening market. That's about a $1.6 billion market. Okay, their price for their strips is somewhere in the $56 to $58 range. So, this product right here, okay, sells for $20 plus shipping. So we're talking 2 to 3 times less. There's no sensitivity. It works. And more importantly, you can participate. I don't see Crest cutting you in on the whitening strips. Did you make any money there? Okay, so here we go. People are posting, money's rolling in. Now, the other day, my niece, who's, pretty young, she's got some young kids, she turned on to this business. She says, Jeff, I understand this. I get it. I can see where people are able to make money with that. It's a great product and it works. She says, you and Liz have built a business over the course of time, okay, that has brought millions of dollars to you. How does that work? And here's really what it's about, guys. If you're looking at this as a business opportunity, this is about you building a business footprint. And that footprint would consist of you, your team. Your team would be people that are involved in the distribution channel that are part of your organization. Okay, they all get their products directly from the company and market them and consume them. And they can also expand their network by getting other people to do the same. Okay, so that footprint would entail all of that, is to build the biggest footprint that you can, that's out there servicing customers in the market, that's utilizing the product themselves and expanding that network. The value of that footprint is really where the rubber meets the road. And so you might say, well, Jeff, how did you guys earn close to $20 million? We've got a footprint that is more than just us selling wholesale to retail, even though we do that activity. Okay, we talk to others. My whole philosophy is I want to teach a lot of people how to sell a little bit. And if I can do that and get them to consume the product too, they're going to find others that'll do the same. And that organization with time finds its mark and it does what it needs to do. Now, if you're looking at this as a business opportunity, you're saying, hey, look, I want to find something that I can kind of do part-time, or you're saying, I'm tired of my job, or you're saying, I've heard people can make a lot of money with Nu Skin. I want to know how. I want you to know there's a home here for everybody. We have people from all walks of life, with all goals, with all socioeconomic status, that do what it is they want to do. So why are we going to go from 2.5 to 10 billion? Well, first of all, we're going to move a ton of this stuff right here. The company had to go buy a whole nother manufacturing facility to keep up with demand. Okay, we are absolutely blowing the doors off with the whitening paste. And from there, people find additional products. There's all kinds of products coming down the pike that will be sold on social media, where people can, really for a $20 to $50 price tag are able to get a bargain on a product that if they were to buy it elsewhere would cost more and not be as efficacious. But you look at it and you say, okay, what's going to happen? Well, you need to be a little bit of a visionary for just a second. You're going to hear a little bit about ageLOC Me right here, okay? ageLOC Me is a device, okay? And this device, I think, is really going to be a big ticket on top of what's happening with our whitening paste. Let me kind of describe what it is for just a second, okay? If you look right here, okay, you guys all remember the day that we had to have a hardwired landline to make a telephone call. You remember that? Right there on the right-hand side of the screen. Hardwired landline. Now, some of you might say, wait a minute, what is that? But that's how we communicate. I remember AT&T kind of owned the technology. I paid into it, and I could communicate with people. But we all know that the world is different today. It took a visionary to go from really seeing a monopolized thing with a hardwired landline to the present day smartphone. And the gap between the landline and the smartphone has created some of the largest companies in the world today. Some of the richest people have been created in that gap. What I want to talk to you about right now is business in the gap. Okay? The whitening paste opens the door. It's universal. Everybody comes in, has a great experience. People are making money with it. Okay? People on my team, I talk to them about, what's happening with ageLOC Me and why they would want it. And here's the long and short of it right here. When you see the gap, okay, I want you to understand there's a similar gap with skincare. Okay, the skincare industry, by and large, operates on packaging and advertising. Okay, most people create these real cool looking packages. They advertise a lot about it. They highlight some of the good ingredients. The rest of the jar is filled up with inexpensive fillers, paraffins, beeswax, isopropyl alcohol. These things aren't good for your skin, but they're cheap filler. A few good ingredients and then not so good ingredients. They hire some pretty models. A lot of goes into the promotion, and you're buying an image. Well, Nu Skin came into the market, 30 years ago and said, hey, we're not going to operate that way. Our packaging will be attractive, won't be expensive. We're not going to hire models. We're going to go right to the consumer and say, you use these products, we will pay you to share them. Okay? And that's what they did. And they put all the good ingredients in the jar, things that would help to hydrate the skin, things that would make a difference. And now, as time has gone on with our age-lock technology, where we can actually affect the way that genes express themselves, we now know that gene expression in an outward appearance will give us what we come to know as the aging process. Okay, if I could show you a heat map right now of my genes, of a man my age, 59 years old, you would see a coloration that looks different than the heat map of a 20-year-old man. Okay? What happens is the coloration flip-flops from 20 to age 59. Here's what we do know, though. As we bring age-lock technology to it with the ingredients we have in our products, okay, as people use those over a period of time, you'll see the heat map flip-flop to where the gene expression of a man my age looks almost identical to the gene expression of a 20-year-old person. The outward appearance reflects that. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is scientifically sound. This is patented stuff, guys. Everything we do is patented. From this to this. Okay, and what's happened with age-lock Me is Nu Skin looked at the market and they said, you know what? That market is ready to be taken. They haven't changed the way they are for 100 years. Everyone competes with packaging and advertising. It's one size fits all. Yeah, maybe you get something for oily skin, maybe you get something for dry skin, but that's pretty much it. You buy that jar, you stick your finger in it, you're contaminating it. That's why they engineer it to have a lot of microbials in there to stop the petri dish from growing, right? So you're not getting as pure a product. Okay, well, Nu Skin looked at that and they said, what if we could go and create a portable lab and stick it in the homes of all of the consumers? In other words, we could personalize skincare for them based off of their region, based off of their skin type, based off of their longitude, their latitude, all that stuff. And we could create a product that's just for them. And so $40 million later of investment, they've come up with age-lock Me. Okay, and the significant thing about this is I try to operate this with one hand, is I look at this kind of like if I'd come to you 20 years ago and said, we're going to go out there and sell these devices called inkjet printers. We're going to place them in the homes of everyone around the world. It'll change their productivity. And as we change their productivity, they won't want to be without it. Now, the device won't be expensive because it's not really about the device. It's about the ink, because they're going to have to order more ink for the device to be viable. Now, I don't know if you would have jumped on that 20 years ago unless you had vision. But if you did, Hewlett-Packard today, 40% of their revenue is ink. Guys, I'm telling you, it's about the ink. And when you look at age-lock Me, you look right there, you open the top, and you see cartridges. And each one of those cartridges is products. Okay, these are specifically engineered for my wife. This is her device, this machine right here. Okay, and so what happens is this. Those are engineered for Liz. And so in the morning, and this is what's cool. Again, let me flip this to an opportunity perspective. Remember, bear in mind, skincare industry is all bottles and jars, one size fits all. This has 2,000 different combinations that can be possible here. And so what happens is, from a business perspective, this is like hiring a salesman and sitting him in the bathroom of everyone in this country, in this world. Because this device sits on that counter and it lights up in the morning and basically says, Liz, your morning regimen is ready. She sticks her hand under there, she rubs it on her face, and she's good to go. Personalized skincare for Liz Mack. At night before she goes to bed, it illuminates and it says, Liz, your nighttime application is ready. She sticks her hand under there, it dispenses specifically for Liz Mack. Now I ask you, Where can you buy that anyplace else? You can't. This is a $40 million device. That's what it costs to develop it. No one else has it. That alone right there will trump the industry. It's a $400 billion skincare industry, guys. One size fits all. We get 5% of the market just with ageLOC Me. Okay, forget the toothpaste for a minute or the tooth whitener. Just with ageLOC Me, we're a $20 billion operation. Now, I don't know if that excites you, but that excites me. Everyone on my team, yeah, they're coming on board. Their teeth are white, and they're moving a lot of this product. But you know what? I encourage them to get ageLOC Me because they want to have this product. And as they understand it a little bit more, then they get it. See, what I'm trying to tell you is this. This is like putting a vending machine in the bathroom. It's there day and night, and it's soliciting itself. Now, the next generation of ageLOC Me, this is brand new. The next generation of this will be smart. Now, what that means is this. If you can imagine those cartridges I just showed you, as they run out, what if the machine could, because it's smart, could go online and order them itself? What you've got is a 24-hour-a-day money-making transaction machine. And that machine is operating if you're awake or asleep. You see, as these devices are placed in homes all around Asia, as I go to bed tonight, people are sticking their hand in there. They're getting their product. Okay, as I place these things all around the world, as the sun, we go around the sun with the earth. It's 24 hours a day of people sticking their hand in there and being solicited each day to do that. And as time goes on, they just keep replacing those cartridges of personalized skincare. And people can see the benefit because of the ageLOC technology as we re-engineer those genes. Are you kidding me? No one has this. We have it. It's patented. The whitening paste is patented. When you understand AP24 technology, you understand it reduces surface tension on the tooth where plaque cannot stick. All these people are saying, man, my mouth feels so good. My teeth are so clean. My teeth are white. When you understand that there's real technology behind it that's patented and we've got it, this is a slam dunk. Guys, we're going to 10 billion and we're going there real quick. Like I said, a few months ago, we sponsored 2,000 people. Last month, 24,000. The word is out. People are running our direction. What I suggest you do is get together with whoever showed you this information. I want you to know the business is moving forward. You're the variable. Now, I don't know if this is for you or not. It may not be for you. But I will tell you this. It's already in motion. It's moving forward. Kind of like what happened to me 29 years ago. The thing was moving forward. I had to decide what I wanted to do. I'm glad I did because it went from 40 million to 500 million anyway, if I was there or not, and I participated. And now we're at 2.5 billion going to 10. Guys, I'm here to tell you, if I had the energy back then and had it now, with my contacts and my energy and everything invested in this window, the return on a time investment now, as we go from 2.5 to 10 billion, is a way bit better return than from 40 to 500 million. The numbers are huge. And as we go to 10 billion, we'll go to 20. We're going to become the largest direct sales company in the world because it's our time. Because we have what it takes to make it happen. From compensation to technology to really products that no one else has that are patented. A $40 million device that no one else has that could take us to 20 billion all by itself. With a product right here that's taking the market by storm with tooth whitening. Guys, this is bigger than big. Operate in the gap. This is the equivalent of what the smartphone did to the landline. Okay? This device right here is the smartphone of the skincare industry. And we have got the premier product in the whitening market right here. Those two things right there, honestly, that's all you need to know about from a product perspective. You take and talk about those in the market, they're going to find the other products we have. We have hundreds of them. Products that make a difference. Get together with whoever invited. I'm here to tell you, the race is on. People are headed our direction in record numbers. You need to position now. Take advantage of it. I hope you do. This has been Jeff Mack. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you again soon.